See, this is the Soho image, and I imagine that these electromagnetic vehicles were there for a lot longer than one frame. Unfortunately for NASA, I cut the frame, but they had deleted thousands of, well, millions of frames, really. Because when you add all the years, 500 frames, no man, this thing, imagine if my camera takes 60 frames per second, how many frames a $1 million camera, well, a $2 billion satellite that has 7 cameras, 7 sensors, 2 optical cameras and 4 stereo and 2 a magnetometer and another. So imagine what did they catch that this frame escaped their scrutiny. Well, now look at the Cassini orbiter on the right side. Check this out. I mean, this is incredible how frame by frame you can see a sequence of objects passing by. Look at that. Look at that. That's how the thing moved. And look at the blast. So imagine, is this thing, a small object, can cause that enormous blast? Imagine these suckers right here. I call them Galaxy Master. I was right. They create galaxies and they're controlled by the mind that we call God or the consciousness, universe, whatever you want to call it. They look at the blast as a small object compared to this one, so they can control the output as they desire, if it's required. And look, there's some that are going in a different direction and everything. So this went on. I mean, NASA is hiding so much stuff that is just sad, man. Look at that sucker blasting Saturn, and look at the objects. A fleet of objects, look, boom, boom, boom. It's just incredible. And what Leonard Watson caught, really, is just a tiny portion. Look, now this is the gas that was released by these objects, or by whoever, the mind that controls the universe. Look, there's a triple decker right there. A double decker. Now look at look, exactly like this one. Say this one is tiny compared to that one that is bigger than the sun, which is that white circle. Look at that. This thing is just, I mean, wow, man. Look at that. Check it out. Boom. And that's how they were moving, probably, more likely. Look, there it is. Look at the double decker right there. Now look at these ones right here. It's exactly like it. Look, exactly like that one right there. Except that one is thousands of times bigger than this one right here. Where is it? Right there. No, that's not it. This one right here. Look how the sucker moves, and he exposed what it looked like. Look right there. See, look at that. Look at that right there. See, Look at that. Now look at these ones in Soho. Look at that. So those suckers were moving also when that frame was left there for some unknown reason. They missed that. And this is 1999, and this is 2014. This one right here. 2014 on the right, 1999 on the left. One frame. But I cut other frames, 2 or 3 frames with big objects like that. I mean, those are big, man, big, big. Look, the sun is the size of that white circle right there. And these objects look like they're behind, in front, and all around the sun. Look at the cylindrical object right there. The one, look, these ones are going in different directions. A different vectorial direction. These ones are going diagonal in perspective to the orbiter. Look at that. See, that's how they do it. So think about that. These two things, one and the same. They're all the same thing. Except this one are moving, and that one was just one frame. That's sad, man. That is sad. And you know how many people knows about this? Well, you can count them with your fingers. Look at that. And some appear and disappear, boom. Because when you think about it frame by frame, you're talking about that. Some are missing, were not caught in time. Look at this one right here, arch one. They look like they disappear. They don't disappear. They just, it is a time lapse. So who knows what they did? What we're looking at is a sequence of images. Fortunately, we somehow they escaped their scrutiny. Look at this socket right here. And this one looks like a wedding cake, the wedding cake type. Triple decker, wedding cake, and this one has an insane geometry on it. I mean, like I said, these are the ones that control this reality, essentially. Not just the galaxy and a planet, or no, they control everything. A light, really, look at the blast, boom. So imagine, if that small object can cause that enormous amount of energy blast, imagine this sucker. I mean, it doesn't take Einstein to realize that these things are maintaining this life, this reality, in this visible universe, and probably the invisible too. The dimensional, everything that you can think of, those are that. Those are not living things. They are mechanical, they obey, they're driven, they're task driven, like James Horak said. Now, James Horak doesn't know the symbol of the creator, the designer, is a hand. That's something that apparently all of these people missed. They don't know about how this reality is. They have not compared anything. They haven't think about anything. And it's a really sad part because there is so much. The physics that are employed here are not conventional physics. There's none of this. Look at that. None of this it can be replicating any laboratory, because this is celestial, man. This is come from God's corner, just like Dr. Bergeron said. And then when you see Dr. Bergeron right there explaining how this thing operates, And then he showed Mars engulfed in a cloud. And the moon too. Look, right there. Look at that. That's Mars engulfed in a cloud. Look at that. That's Saturn engulfed in a cloud too. Look at that. The cloud and the blasting deal. Look, cloud deals. Look at that. Look at that cloud. Wow. Look at that cloud right there. It's so bright that you can't even tell what the heck. Well, they're there. They're the same thing as this one that Dr. Bergeron showed. Look, you can see the object there and more. Look, the planet is totally engulfed and there's some kind of geometrical shape there that doesn't, I mean, this is difficult to explain. What that man show is just totally out of the ordinary. I mean, there's no physics law that are being, I mean, shoot. Look at this right here. That's one object, one electromagnetic vehicle. And Dr. Bergen showed here, he put arrows and numbers to point at the vehicle. But look, I found much more than that. The geometrical patterns of hands is all over the place. That's a reality that is only celestial, can be explained like that. There's no other. Look at this. Check it out, right here. A geometrical pattern in an X inside the rings of Saturn, between the ring and the planet. Far away, look at that. So, when you talk about stuff, when you have to start thinking, look, this is the model of a object that he presented on, that he saw during the Voyager, a model of the object. The blue flame coming from the end, the mustache, and he has a tube on the side. I mean, and that man did his work by the book. Look, that's how it is. This is the blue flame on the other end of the main body. But right here, this is where the plasma tornadic energy blasts out. And look. I mean, you can put it side by side and explain most of them. Most of what's happening here in the Cassini orbiter images. But there are other things like that black hole in the middle of the top of the planet or something. I don't know if it's a black hole or it is a whatever, but
That's no one trying to take a picture before I lost all the pictures over its whole length. And that I did, and I was successful in getting one picture that, while it's all clouded up from here to about in here.
clouded up, check it out.
There is a body in there, and you're going to see that.
Inside that cloud.
While to figure that out, but because it was so hard to get out of the film that I had.
Microfilm. You gotta watch him.